I wonder what his favorite number is.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the #1 Sentai Gozyuger DX TEGA Sword. So here we are, and there it is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have the sword, we have Goju Wolf, then we have the robot mode. We are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Super Sentai. Hooray for anniversaries! On this side we have Goju Wolf, TEGA Sword. On this side we have the TEGA Sword. On the top, TEGA Sword 2 model. On the back of the box we have our obligatory product shots, this, that, thing, stuff, and the other. On the bottom we have warning, don't eat anything in this box that could be very bad for you. And we have Sad Pac-Man. That's basically it for the packaging. Then moving right along, here we have the TEGA Sword, and yes, we have bid farewell to Bakuage Sentai Boom Boomger, and we now welcome #1 Sentai Gozyuger into our lives for the upcoming year. And yes, this is their transformation device, their changer, their henshin device, their morpher, whatever you want to call it. This is what they use to change into their Gozyuger forms, and this is also the Mecha of the season. So we got a lot to unbox here. And this year's collectible gimmick are rings. That's right, we're using rings this year. And we'll get in close here so we can take a look at the detail. So this is the ring for Goju Wolf. You can see his helmet design on there with the nice gold and red with the black visor. Now these rings work via the pin system. These aren't like wizard rings. They work via the pin system. You can see the pins right back here on the top and on the bottom, and that is what will activate the noises in the TEGA Sword. But yeah, then we have Goju Wolf's ring, and here we have the TEGA Sword red ring with the nice transparent red wolf with those gold accents. You can just lift that up, and we have the head of the Mecha in there. And yeah, again, you got the pins back there. Now, these rings have two sizes. You have this size, and they also do include a larger size, which I do appreciate. Back in the day with wizard rings, we had to buy the bigger ones separately, so I am very appreciative that they include these. But problem is that they don't fit me regardless. Well, on the show, they wear these rings on their index finger. Now, for the smaller one, this does not even with my tiny fingers, this does not work for me. But the larger ones are also way too big. So, doesn't work out for me either. Although this size does work on this finger. I can wear it here. It's still a little on the snug side, but I can wear it. I can do that. So, you know, I can still wear it. Still not ideal, but I can at least wear it. But yeah, so you get two of the larger ring sizes if you need them. And if you do have wizard rings, those ring extensions, the bigger ring sizes, do not work with these rings. They're not cross-compatible, so you can't do that. You gotta work with what they gave you, but yeah, there we have the rings. And now moving on to the main event of the evening, here we have the TEGA Sword. And again, this is their changer, and as you can see, it's basically it's a big gold hand with a sword sticking out of it. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. But we're getting close here, so we can take a look at the details. You can see the blade done in a transparent blue plastic. It is that soft-ish plastic. We get some metallic blue on the fingertips here. The majority of the hand is done in a nice gold. And some nice silver in there as well. Some little spots of red. And this will be like a little sword for the robot mode. And you have a very small handle. This even with my tiny hands, this is too big for me. Like this is, actually the ring is, this is a little more cramped, but like even with my tiny hands, that's still like, that's too cramped even for me. Which is hilarious because if they think you have fingers this thick, you don't have hands this small. So that kind of doesn't add up. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. You can, you know, I've seen people basically hold it like this and just kind of fit however many fingers I can fit. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it's not the most comfortable thing to actually hold if you don't have teeny tiny little child hands. But, you know, it is what it is. And for the purpose of this review, I'll probably just be holding it like this, just so we can do what we need to do with it. But, yeah, very small handle. But anyway, we have our on-off switch right here. We have Sad Pac-Man molded on it forever in shame. This is your battery compartment right here. The batteries are included, so you don't have to worry about that. And your speaker is right here, and you have a button right here that will activate your noises. And right here in the center, this is the slot where you will place your rings to activate your transformations and your attacks and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get down to the noises. So again, your on-off switch is right back here. So turn it on, and we get... There you go. You see that section there lights up. We get a little light in here that will light up the ring once we have a ring in place. But now you can push the trigger. I'll tell you the same thing again. Push it again. Number one. There you go. You get those phrases there. Just 3. And it just cycles back to the beginning. Now this does have motion activation, so if you move it, that's how you get your slashing. That's how you get your slashing noises there. And that's how you get your slashies going on. So shush. So that is pretty much what it does on its own. So now let's get down to our transformation. So all we're going to do is take the ring, we're going to plug it into the center, and then we're going to have some fun and start clapping. Pull the trigger. Oh, and there you go. You've transformed into Goju Wolf. And that's pretty fun. That is pretty fun. I really like the way that works. Now, you can do the transformation a couple different ways. You can do the clapping if you want. You can not do the clapping. You can just push the button at any time. We'll do this just to demonstrate. So we'll pull this back out. No! You get a disengage noise. And you drop the ring on the floor. That's not a step. But anyway, we'll do it again. Now, if you don't want to do the clapping or even push the button, you don't have to. You just plug it in. So you can do it that way, or you can push the button at any time if you still don't want to do the clapping. So you can do it that way. But really the most fun way to do this is with the clapping, because that's the most fun. And you do actually have to clap. When you do the clapping, we don't want that sound, but when you do the clapping, you do get a clapping sound effect that happens as well, which is pretty fun. So I don't know how well it comes across on camera, but we'll do it again. So yeah, that's pretty fun. That is pretty fun. I like that. I really like that. And we can push the button here. Now we get slushy noises. Clangy clangies. And clangy clangy to your heart's content. And hold the button down. And you get your final attack with the explosions and the explosions. So, there you have that. That's fun. So now we'll move on to the TEGA Sword Red Ring. Put that in. So there you go. Gonna get your clangy noises. And hold the button down. And there you have that. Remove that. And there you go. So that's pretty much everything for the sword mode. Now, one thing to note is you can only use the smaller size ring in the TEGA Sword. You cannot use the bigger size ring because, one, you can see it's not, the opening isn't enough. You can flex it and get it to go in, but you can see now it won't allow the ring to sit far back enough to where it'll hit the buttons back there. So you can't use... Shush. You can't use the larger ring for the actual activation. You have to use the smaller one. And you have to use the ring because this locks it in place. So you can only use that. We're not going to clap anymore. Although it's fun, we're not going to clap anymore. But just wanted to let you know about that. So now it is time to get down to transformation into robot mode. So the first thing we're going to do is open up this section right here, and that will initiate some standby music. Insert the ring. And there you go. There you have the TEGA Sword in its robot mode. And it looks quite cool. I personally dig it. I like it. I like the design. Pretty cool mecha here. But let's get in close so we can take a look. Well, not, you can see there's kind of a lion face there. That's pretty cool. But not at that noggin. We're going to take a look at this noggin up here. The robot mode noggin. And you can see the nice blue eyes there. And the gold. And yeah, got the little spots of red there. We do have a little sword that can flip out, or you can rip his arm off entirely. That's not supposed to happen. How dare you? Oh, shush. There we go. Flip that sword out right there. So now he has his own little TEGA sword. But yeah, some nice detail there. As you can see, again, a nice silver. No feeties. Got those wings back there. So no, pretty cool mecha. Now, articulation-wise, yeah, we're going back to the old ways of Sentai mecha. Not a whole lot to speak of. We have the shush. We have the rotation at the arms there. The shoulder pad can move. That's a thing. If you know, moving shoulder pads. The legs don't do anything. The feet can do that, but that's due to transformation. That doesn't really do anything posability-wise. You got these wings, which you can, you know, kind of have angled however you want. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Just your standard brickish Sentai mech. But hey, it is what it is. And for a quick comparison, here it is with last year's Boom Boom Jirobo. So you can see how they look together. You can see they're pretty much the same size. If we count to this section over the top of his head, you know, pretty much the same size as Boomer here, but if you actually go to the head, he's a little shorter. So depends how you want to look at it, but roughly the same size here. And in case you're wondering, if you do the robot mode with the Goju Wolf Ring, this is what happens. You just get his transformation noise. Now we do have that motion activation still here in the robot mode, so if you give him a shake, you get that. It's supposed to be like a walking noise or something, I'm not sure. We will rock you. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Anyway, but yeah, that's what you get there. And of course we still have this button back here, and we can move this finger out of the way so we have access to it. And we can push the button. You get your clanging noises. But if you hold it down, you can get your final attack. And explosions and explosions. So there you go. So there you have the TEGA Sword, and yeah, really cool. I dig the functionality. It's really fun. You know, doing the transformation is really fun with the clapping and everything. I think that's fun. I like that. I like the design of the robot mode. Unfortunately, you know, it has next to no posability. So again, you know, like I've said last year, you know, the very brief age of very posable Sentai mech is apparently, you know, no more. So yeah, we're back to the brick mecha, but you know, it is what it is. But I do still dig the design though. But yeah, a fun roleplay item here, and definitely looking forward to what Gozyuger will bring us in the upcoming year. Will this show be #1? We'll see. We'll see. But there you go. Now I picked this up from Hobby Link Japan. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below so you can check that out. You can also check out the Gozyuger playlist for all future reviews. Also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the #1 Sentai Gozyuger, the TEGA Sword. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. What? Oh, who are you? I'm #1. #1? How are you #1? You just got here. Oh, you'll see, Boom Boom Boy. You'll see. Boom Boom Boy? Or should I call you #2? That's not how any of this works!